The world is growing, not only in terms of population, but also in terms of technology and larger projects. The scale of some projects would have been unimaginable 50 years back. These are fascinating and pique the interest of most people. In the future, we will even possibly see Moon and Mars bases, and who knows what is waiting for us after that. Let us take a look at the most impressive mega projects in the world. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything we post. Gotthard Base Tunnel, Switzerland. The world's latest, longest, and deepest rail tunnel cuts through the Alps in Switzerland. The Gotthard Base Tunnel inside the Swiss Alps finally opened in 2016, after a 20-year construction period. It is now used to move rail cars from passengers and freight between Zurich, Switzerland and Milan, Italy. At 56 kilometers long and 2.2 kilometers deep, the Gotthard Base Tunnel eliminates the need for heavy vehicles needing to traverse winding mountain routes and slashes traveling time by a great margin as well. The trains traveling through it have a maximum operating speed of 250 kilometers per hour, 160 miles per hour, and the normal operational speed is 200 kilometers per hour or 124 miles per hour. When carrying passengers or freight, the maximum operating speed is limited to 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour. What a shame, only the crew ever get to travel at the high speeds. The tunnel starts at Erstfeld, Canton of Uri, and ends at Bodio, Canton of Ticino. And the final price tag was a whopping 10.3 billion. Al Maktoum International Airport, Dubai. Al Maktoum International Airport, also known as Dubai World Central, is an international airport located in Jebel Ali, 37 kilometers or 23 miles southwest of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. It first opened on 27th of June 2010. This airport forms the main part of Dubai South, a planned residential, commercial, and logistics complex. This airport is the largest in the world. No other airport comes close to its scale. It extends over a massive area of 54 square kilometers. It has an annual passenger capacity of 160 million, which is more than 13 million passengers per month, and almost 500,000 passengers per day. The airport will have 3 passenger terminals and 5 runways when completed. Al Maktoum is named after the family trust that built it. The facility can handle 200 wide-body aircraft simultaneously. This airport is actually still under construction, and estimated cost at its completion should be in the vicinity of 82 billion. Chuo Shinkansen, Japan Maglev Line. The construction of this Maglev line started in 2014. It will connect Tokyo to Nagoya by 2027, and eventually it will be extended to Osaka. Costing around 52 billion, the plan calls for Tokyo and Nagoya travel to take just 40 minutes at a speed of 505 kilometers per hour or 314 miles per hour. The 286 kilometer, 178 mile line will be mainly underground and through tunnels. No other railway project has ever gotten close to the scale of this one. About 90% of the 286 kilometer, 178 mile Maglev line of Nagoya will be underground, and due to its speed, it will have a minimum curve radius of 8,000 meters or 26,000 feet at a maximum grade of 4%. That basically means less chance for the levitating train to leave the tracks. At normal operating speed, the energy consumption of the Maglev train is estimated at 90 to 100 watts per seat per kilometer. For comparison, the conventional Shinkansen Nozomi, running at what most of us consider to be normal speeds, has an energy consumption of 29 watts per seat per kilometer. The energy consumption is still less than half of even the most efficient passenger aircraft at around 209 watts per seat per kilometer, like the new Airbus A320neo. Jubail 2, Saudi Arabia. The city of Jubail 2 is a 22-year-old industrial city project that only began its second phase in 2014 with an $11 billion budget. When completed, it will comprise at least 100 industrial plants, an 800,000 cubic meter desalination plant, many kilometers of railways, roads, and highways, and an oil refinery which should produce at least 350,000 barrels of crude per day. The entire project is planned to be finished in 2024. Jubail Industrial 2 is aiming to create social benefits and to strengthen the petrochemical industry. This project will double the size of the Jubail Industrial City by 6,200 hectares, 62 square kilometers. It kind of makes one wonder what the future of renewable energy is when such large projects based on fossil fuels are still being looked at. The one positive is the desalination plant, which, in a way, depending on what it uses as energy to get the salt out of the water. Hanford Nuclear Waste Site, Washington. Many billions of dollars have thus far been spent on the world's largest environmental cleanup project. It started in 1989 at the Hanford Nuclear Waste Site in southeastern Washington state. For a period spanning 1943 to 1987, Hanford at times had as many as 9 nuclear reactors and 5 plutonium processing plants operating in order to create a nuclear arsenal. In the process, it has created a massive ongoing cleanup effort. This project seems to have no end in sight, but some predictions place the end in the 2040s. The plant has an unenviable task of turning 200 million liters of radioactive sludge-like liquid in 172 underground tanks, the largest of which is 3.7 million liters, 1 million gallons, in capacity, into vitrified glass for long-term, safe storage. Part of the work includes cocooning, encasing in steel and concrete 8 of the 9 reactors, leaving only the B reactor building to be maintained as a national historical landmark. I wonder why. Most of the other structures were destroyed. Cleaning up includes vitrifying, which means transforming into a glass-like solid. The liquid waste and moving the spent solid fuel to a national repository. The site is also responsible for treating the contaminated groundwater. This site is an example of what we as humans can accomplish. First, we mess everything up. Then, we fix it at a cost of billions of dollars. Dubailand, Dubai. A total of 3 Walt Disney Worlds can fit inside the massive Dubailand complex. The 64.3 billion, 278 square kilometer Dubailand will have 6 worlds or parts. These include theme parks, sports venues, ecotourism sites, health facilities, science attractions, and hotels. One of these hotels will be the largest in the world, with 6,500 rooms, and Dubailand will have a 93 square kilometer mall. Altogether, Dubailand has 200 sub-projects. Dubailand is an entertainment complex being built in Dubai, United Emirates, and owned by Tatweer, belonging to Dubai Holding. The development was put on hold in 2008, but resumed in mid-2013. It will be the largest theme park in the world. For example, the Sahara Kingdom theme park is themed on traditional Arabian folklore and the tales of 1001 Nights. Situated in the attractions and experience world, it will cover 460,000 square miles and will have attractions such as state-of-the-art gaming zone, high-end virtual and physical rides, an IMAX theater, live and virtual entertainment shows, a retail zone, 4 hotels, and residential accommodation. The project is scheduled for completion in 2025. Three Gorges Dam, China. Taming the Chinese Yangtze River. This dam wall measures 181 meters, or 595 feet tall, 40 meters, 131 feet wide, and more than 2.3 kilometers, 7,600 feet long. The dam contains 32 main turbines for producing electricity. It generates 22,500 megawatts of electricity, making it the most productive hydroelectric project in the world. The project took 17 years to complete and cost $59 billion. This structure was built using 28 million cubic meters, 37 million cubic yards of concrete, and 463,000 metric tons of steel into its design. That's almost incomprehensible to most of us. The dam has created a vast reservoir of deep water, allowing ocean-going freighters to sail 2,250 kilometers, or 1,400 miles, inland from Shanghai on the East China Sea to the inland city of Chongqing. The dam and the immense lake it has created is also a tourist magnet. Tourists can go to Yangtze River cruises on mini cruise ships and see the spectacular Chinese countryside. International Space Station. The International Space Station is a mega project and also a monument to what can be done when nations work together. This $60 billion construction project was made possible by a consortium of 15 nations and 5 space agencies. It is estimated that the eventual cost of the space station and its complemented expansions could exceed $1 trillion, by which point, it could become a habitat for up to 1 million off-planet occupants. The International Space Station circles the Earth every 92 minutes, so every time you finish watching a movie, some people high above you have just gone around the world. The International Space Station is known by scientists as a modular space station, or habitable artificial satellite, in low Earth orbit. The 5 participating space agencies are NASA, United States, Roscosmos, Russia, JAXA, Japan, ESA, Europe, and CSA, Canada. Lately, SpaceX has also joined as a private space agency, but operates with NASA. The ownership and use of the space station is guided by treaties and agreements between the countries. Aizhai Suspension Bridge, China. Connecting 2 tunnels in China, the Aizhai Suspension Bridge is the world's 13th highest bridge and also one of the world's longest suspension bridges. It is the world's highest tunnel-to-tunnel bridge. Of the world's 400 or so highest bridges, none has a main span as long as Aizhai. The Aizhai Suspension Bridge opened in 2012. The bridge stretches over the Dihang Canyon and is 365 meters, 1,200 feet high, and is 1,175 meters, 3,858 feet long. It carries vehicles in 4 lanes across it. The total project cost was $610 million. This includes 64 kilometers, or 40 miles, of expressway construction, of which 2/3 comprised bridges and tunnels. The construction company also upgraded 129 kilometers, or 80 miles, of local roads. It is known for the spectacular views it offers to those crossing it, and for giving people with a fear of heights the scare of their lives. There are many more mega projects which are either ongoing or planned. Some of these are massive in scale and will definitely make this list years from now. These include an around-the-world highway, bridges across straits like Gibraltar, and even the possibility of linking Alaska to Russia. Many of these may just turn out to be financially or politically unattainable, but big thinking leads to massive results. We will just have to wait and see. I hope you liked the video today. Please check back next time for more fascinating videos.